Good morning. Good morning, good morning. I know nobody's on the other end of this current moment, so I hope that the audio and everything is moving along smoothly. What is this other media? Let's turn this down. Just checking up on everything here. We're getting started for a little morning routine, if you will. Let's go like that. I'm trying to get the music set the mood. I thought that we would do a little morning routine this week, some morning routines. Gosh, I feel like, and I have said it before, that the whole morning routine thing has become kind of a self-care, what I like to call a self-care hustle or a healing hustle, which is like this mindset of feeling like, gosh, if I don't get up, if I don't do all the things that I'm supposed to do, then I'm not taking care of myself. And there's this like added pressure on to your morning routine, which almost takes away the point, which is to enjoy yourself and to be in positivity and be in light and to enjoy your being. And so with my morning routine, I've really taken off the pressure. I'm not trying to be this like super driven perfectionist type A type of person. What I'm trying to do is take care of myself. And so I have really allowed my morning routines to kind of grow and flourish and change with that new attitude. And so that's what I'm hoping to bring to you this week with these little morning routines. I'm going to wake up roughly around this time every day and be live here with you and guide you through some mindfulness. And so you can go back and watch these at any time is convenient whenever you start your morning, after you're dressed or as soon as you wake up. Figure out where this fits in. You can join me for 30 minutes or the whole hour. Start to just figure out what works for you, and having me offering you some structure I think would be really valuable, because I know sometimes I used to wake up in my morning routine and I just wouldn't be able to decide what to do. I was like, okay, do I do my yoga? Do I do my meditation? And so even just that simple decision making. This is the timer for my tea. But what I was saying was that even just that little bit of decision in the morning was too much. And so sometimes I wouldn't end up doing my morning routine because I didn't know what to do. And so might as well do my routine with you, and we can enjoy this together. I'm going to adjust a little here so that my microphone, which is totally taking up the screen, I clearly don't have this setup quite configured the way I want it. But impromptu. Why don't you take a minute to set up your space, to set the mood, to set the tone? I've found that that is a really important part of my morning routine. Making my tea, lighting some incense, and creating an environment that fosters that mindfulness from the very beginning. And that is a part of the routine itself. So I've got to take my Earl Grey tea out. It steeps perfectly at 3 minutes, and this little, I just love it. I feel like so fancy having my Earl Grey tea in the morning. So I'm going to flip you around while we chat. We'll see if this works, if I start moving things, if everything goes haywire. The joy of going live, very authentic here. So let me put some cream in my tea. Move you around so you can hang out with me in the moment. We'll put the microphone here, see how we do with that. And yeah, just get yourself set up. Get your space. If you've got some candles, if you want to make your own tea, if you haven't had any water this morning, please, by all means, grab some water. I'm always bad about forgetting to drink some water in the morning. So I think, too, that what's nice about starting my morning routine in this mindset of thinking, oh, okay, how can I curate an environment that'll be nice for me, is that, I incorporate my senses of the smell, the taste, the warmth of my tea. it makes it a much more enjoyable experience rather than something that you have to do. That's how I used to think about my morning routine, is like, oh, this is just something that I have to do. And sometimes I still get stuck in that mindset, that pressure. Okay, the tea is ready. We're gonna light the incense, and then we're gonna dive right into some sort of like intention setting here. So grab a journal if you'd like, or you can just listen along, up to you. So I wanted to bring to you something that I've been deliberating on lately, which is a affirmation that was brought to me by, she calls herself the Manifestation Babe. So her podcast, The Manifestation Babe, let's make sure our phone is off and turned down. No interruptions, please. Thank you. So the affirmation she offered was like, I am open to receiving. And in this podcast, she was talking about how sometimes we close ourselves off to the abundance that is offered to us. And this is something that I do myself, So I am open to receive. How much do we close ourselves off from the gifts that the universe is offering us, right? Even in small ways. Her example was like, if a friend tries to pay for your coffee and you fight and you just don't offer that gift, and instead you could just be like, thank you. Or with compliments was another example she gave, like, oh, why is it that when somebody offers me a compliment, I have to offer them a compliment back, or be like, oh no, that's not me. Instead, you should just receive, be open to receiving. And then even bigger than that, I've been thinking, like, how is it that I stop myself from dreaming big, right? Thinking that I'm not worthy of these bigger gifts, right, in my life. So I thought we would take a moment to kind of think about that intention, right? And you can just write the affirmation in your journal if you'd like, or you can jot down any thoughts that you have. So we're just going to take about maybe 5 minutes, maybe even less, just to quickly check in. You can free write. You can write down the I am open to receive. That's what I'm going to do today. Then after that, we're going to get our bodies moving, or do some, I can't decide if we should do the meditation first today and then flow. I like to decide how I feel. So, a moment to journal. If you don't have a journal that you absolutely love, gosh, I can't recommend it enough. Like, this just to me is like so beautiful, and like I am so in love with this journal and having something that feels authentically me. I am open to receive. I think she said, her wording actually and verbiage actually was, I am open and ready to receive. I'm ready for the abundance that the world has to offer me. I am open and ready to receive. And if you're feeling called to another affirmation today, like, just listen to that voice and trust that voice, I am open to receive. can't find my usual teacup today, and this is just, ooh, it's so hot. Okay. So, you can keep writing and listening if you'd like, allow yourself to move at your own pace as we go along here. But now that we've kind of set an intention, I thought we would move into a flow, but I think we should sit in some gentle, quick meditation. I shouldn't say quick, I mean brief. So we are going to sit in some meditation, allowing that sort of affirmation and that intention to sort of settle into our bodies, allowing ourselves to be present and present for the rest of the day too. And then we'll move into some body movement and bring our energy up before we continue on with our day. Okay? Sound good? All right. So, again, if you're still writing, keep going. But we are going to... You can pause the video if you're still writing, and then you can catch up with us. So, allow the shoulders to drop down. The chin's going to become level to the ground. Start to tap into your breath. Alive, breathing, feeling good. Every inhale, I want you to imagine that the body feels lighter. And every exhale, I want you to imagine that your limbs, your arms, and your legs grow heavier into the earth, feeling grounded. Every inhale, simultaneously lighter. And every exhale, arms and legs soft, relaxed, and heavy. And when it feels natural to you, the eyes just will gently fall closed effortlessly. And it's just a moment to breathe here, tapping into the body. Light body, exhale, grounded body. Every inhale, body lighter and open to receive. And every exhale, the arms, the limbs heavy. Why don't we place our hands face up on the lap, or however you're meditating today, face up, face open, as a symbol of our readiness to receive that abundance. Open and ready, open and willing to all those gifts. Breathing in, body light, breathing out, grounded. Allow yourself to follow the breath, to feel the breath in the body. And if the mind wanders, drifts, fades away, that's okay. You can let it do so. See where it takes you, the insight it has to offer you. Or you can gently redirect back to the breath. Notice the palms facing up on the lap. Bring your attention to that space in the body. Notice what it feels like to be open here. Notice any sensation on the palms, on the fingertips, almost as if you could feel the space, the air around you, the energy of the room. Open to receiving. Draw your attention now to the heart. Imagine feeling open in the chest. Breathing and opening to the space of the heart. Open to receiving. Allow your attention to rise upwards, your awareness in the body to rise upwards to the space between the brow, sort of back in the head, the mind. Imagine the mind, the space in the head, feeling light, feeling open. Open to new perspectives, open to new ideas, open to receiving positive thoughts. Allow your attention to shift, to rise just a little bit higher to the crown of the head, maybe even the space just above the head. Bring your awareness up, rising up. And imagine the crown of the head, the entire body even, feeling open. Open to the light, the sun shining down on you below. Just feeling open, ready to receive. And imagine this feeling dripping down over the entire body, falling down over the entire body, feeling light, feeling open. Let's take a couple of really deep cleansing breaths, releasing anything that you're ready to let go of in order to create space to be open for what is serving you, open and ready to receive what is meant for you. Letting go of what isn't. Take a deep breath in. And the exhale falls from the body. Deep breath in. The exhale just falls out. One more time. And as easily as those exhales fall from the body, so too does everything that isn't serving you in this moment. You don't need to try, it just falls away naturally. It's not meant for you, so it does not come. A sense of openness, a sense of spaciousness, a sense of lightness in your being. Very gently now, allow the palms of your hands to lift up off of the lap an inch or two, floating. Notice sensations on the palms, sensations of openness, ready to receive. And the palms now will turn at the wrist to face one another. Just listen to my voice, no need to open the eyes, you're doing it just right. And the palms of the hands, like magnets, start to feel drawn towards each other. They move closer and closer, closer and closer. Closer and closer, closer and closer. And the moment that the palms of your hands touch, you will take a deep breath in. You will feel awake and aware. A new sense of energy, balanced energy, will overcome the body and your eyes will blink open. The hands moving closer and closer, closer and closer, closer and closer until they touch. And when they do, a deep breath in, the eyes blink, blink open. A moment just to feel balanced. The hands coming together is a symbol of balance. A moment to notice your surroundings, to be here, to be now. Notice your space, notice color, notice light. Notice shadow, notice shapes and textures. Rub the palms together. Nice deep breaths as you do. And rinse that down your face, over your arms, just some little self-love all the way over from your head to your toes. And a moment, just a quick little stretch before we dive into our full body movement. Just notice places that are feeling tight. Notice where you're feeling open. Okay. How's the audio? Let me know in the comments if you are here. Okay. Well, I'm feeling lovely, and I hope you are too. I am going to switch you around so that we have some more space to move. You can definitely do most of this flow that we're going to do here, probably even just from bed. I'm going to try to keep it gentle, keep it light for in the morning. Just I thought we would do a chest opener and some hip opening. A little bit of a trigger warning. Some hip opening can be triggering for people, so if you know that about yourself, then feel free as always to modify or to find your own flow within your body and what feels right for you today. Hip openers also can be very releasing though, so take a moment always in our yoga and movement to check with the body and see where you are at. Meet yourself where you are at. Okay? So, let's move you around. The technology things, sooner or later I will have these things running smoothly. Maybe I'll have a cameraman manifesting a camera helper, camera person. Okay. All right. So in your seated position, we're just going to start with some shoulder rolls. Okay. So bringing the shoulders up, breathing in, squeezing, and then on the exhale, really dropping it down with a shake. Okay. Allow the weight of your body to bounce and have some reverberation there, if that makes sense. So breathing in, and then drop it down. Very good, very good. We're going to take an inhale up and interlacing the fingers this way. And we're going to lean over to the right hand side, opening up the side body here. We're going to inhale to the center, exhale to the opposite side, little crescent moon with the torso. I swear to you, every time I go to do these lives, we're going to open up to a T here. Somebody is mowing the lawn or weed whacking. Inhale up, exhale, cactus the arms and open through the heart. Airstream yoga is very tiny living. Oh my goodness. Open through the chest. Ah, that feels really good. Inhale up. And some more crescents. Inhale, center. And the opposite side. Inhale up. Crescent down. And take the arms behind us. Interlace the arms behind the back. Draw the shoulders back. Shoulder blades together. Extending up with the heart. Lifting the chin. Gentle breath here, but still breathing. The chin comes back to neutral. The shoulders, the elbows come out. And shake that out here. Really get that shake going. Shaking off anything that's not serving you. Okay, we are going to reach now. Extend the arm out. Okay, so we're reaching down. You can't see me, but I'm reaching down the shoulders. So just get that drop in the shoulder and that reach through the fingertips, all the way through the fingertips. The shoulder's going to drop down. The chin's going to rotate to the opposite side here, and then the chin is going to drop down. You should feel that stretch all the way from your thumb, from your fingertips, up through the shoulder, where the shoulder meets the neck. Chin comes up, comes through center, and shake out the arm. We're going to switch sides here, okay? So the chin's coming to the right. We're going to extend. Oh, sorry, I got too fast. We're going to extend first, okay? Reaching through the arm, extending through the fingertips, really be energetic through the fingertips here. And the chin's going to turn to the opposite side, and the chin drops down. Play around if you need with the placement of your arm, okay? So the angle of which you're reaching will change the stretch. Chin comes up, back through center, shake out the arm. Now we're going to get some circles to the shoulder, rolling back. Bringing it forward, shoulders come to the chin, shoulders come back, down, forward, up, back, down, and forward. A little more fluid. And then switching directions. So up, forward, down, and back. Up, forward, down, and back. And then a little more fluid. We are going to do a little bit of a neck roll, being very gentle. Do not roll super hard in the back. So we're going to roll forward and then float the neck back. Roll forward, so allowing the head to drop forward. And then on the back, it's gentle, not compressing. Let's do some clockwise circles here at your own pace. Really feel into those spaces, opening up the muscles, lengthening. Keeping the shoulders dropped down as you do this. And then we're going to switch directions. Some counterclockwise circles. Again, shoulders are down. And we're just rotating in the back of the neck, not compressing. Okay, checking in, noticing how you're feeling. We are going to move into the light hip opener we have here for us. It's all very experimental. We'll see. I hope you can hear and see me all right. All right, so we're going to start with just knocking the knees from side to side. We're going to compress the knees in towards the chest. So bringing the knees in towards the chest, wrapping the arms around the knees, giving that a nice compression here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lean back a little bit on the hip bone, back a little bit towards the tailbone. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Then we're going to open up into a butterfly or a wide diamond if you live in a very small, tiny trailer. Opening up to a butterfly here. The feet come together, the knees splay out. Notice if you are back on your tailbone, if you can lift yourself up and come more onto the thighs. So the spine becomes nice and long. We're going to bend at the hip, extending through the spine nice and long, bending at the hip before we round down. So nice long spine, bend only as deep as you can go. And once you are as deep as you can go, then you're going to round from the base of the spine, rounding down and forward, okay? So we're rounding down and reaching forward with the crown of the head. And then last, we are going to drop the chin. So the chin drops down. Notice and be conscientious of how the stretch changes when you're bending from the hip versus when the chin is dropped down. We're gonna roll up from the base of the spine. The last thing to come up should be the crown of the head. So we're rolling up. Nice and slow. And then the crown of the head, bringing the hands to the outside of the knees, pressing the knees together. Give it a little rock side to side here. And extending the feet out in front of you, flexing the toes so the toes are coming back to the knees, and if you can, even lifting the heels off of the ground. So you'll see, you won't see, can you see my toes? There we are. Flexing the feet, extending, reaching up, lengthening the spine. I'm not sitting back on my tailbone. I am at a 90-degree angle, right? And I'm reaching up just the best that you can. And then we're gonna bend only to your capacity. So the spine is nice and straight. I'm only bending from the hip. And once I've got the angle at which I am able to reach, right? From there, then I round forward, pulling the crown of the head forward. So rolling down from the base of the spine to the crown of the spine, and the head is constantly stretching forward. Last but not least, you'll drop the chin and the crown of the head. Notice how this feels in the back of the legs and along the spine. Just be conscious and aware of those spaces in the body. Still flexing through the feet, still coming deeper through the hips, if possible. And then we're going to slowly rise up from the base of the spine. Last thing to come up should be your head. Very good. From here, we're going to scoot down on our mat in our space wherever you are in your bed. We're going to knock the knees over to the right side so that they're stacked on top of each other. And we're going to lie back down, and the gaze is going to go to the opposite side here, okay? So I have my knees to the right, my gaze to the left. If that is too deep of a twist for you, that's absolutely okay. You can keep the gaze to the right-hand side. If the knees knocking over to one side or the other is difficult for you, you can always put a pillow between the knees so that the top knee is resting on the pillow. You can also move the ankles away from each other and the knees away from each other so that you are more like so rather than like so. Okay? So, a little bit of a restorative pose here. I'm going to lean back and get a little twist through the spine. Very gently now, we're going to come back through center, so the knees are coming through center and the head back through center, and we'll find ourselves in a neutral position here. Notice how that feels in the spine, okay? Nice and neutral, knees are bent. Now we're going to knock the knees over to the opposite side here. And again, remember you can make an adjustment. Use a pillow between the knees if you need. And if available, the gaze to the opposite side for a deeper twist. come back through center to that neutral spine. And from here, we're going to move into a reclined butterfly. You can very simply open the knees up and lay back like so. If you would like to use some props and to get more of a chest opener, you can use a bolster like so behind the back when you lie down to get that nice chest opening. If you don't have a bolster, you can always roll up a blanket, or it's perfectly fine and you'll get just as much opening lying on the ground and being conscientious of opening through the chest, okay? So the feet are in a butterfly position, and then we lie back, and if you have the space, you can cactus the arms or open them up to a T, okay? If it's too deep also through the hip opener, you can always place pillows underneath the knees as well. A few more moments here, feeling open. Very gently now, using your hands, we're going to place our hands on the outside of the thighs and the knees and draw them together. And we're going to reverse this now, so knocking the knees together and walking the feet out. Okay. Slowly walking the chest up, coming out of the posture. The thighs come back to more of a neutral stance within the hip. And we will drop the knees down back into a meditative posture. shoulders drop down. The chin is nice and level. Noticing how you feel in the body, noticing if you feel more open. Mentally, physically, just closing out your practice in whatever way you see fit. Once more, bringing the hands back to center, back to the heart center as a symbol of balance. Now draw the palms of your hands up to the space between your brows. Allow the thumbs to draw across your eyebrows and over to the temples. Massage the temples here. Allow the palms of your hands to cover your eyes completely. Open your eyes behind your palms, gaze left and right, gaze up and down. Rinse the hands down your face, over your entire body. And I'd like to conclude our practice today with a little Taoist, I suppose proverb is perhaps the term. It's not an exact quote, but anything quoted from the Tao Te Ching rarely is, but it says that the usefulness of a bowl comes from its emptiness, comes from the space that it holds, right? So I hope today that you're able to go into the rest of the day feeling like an open vessel, ready to receive all of the abundance that you are more than worthy of receiving. Thank you so much for joining me on this little impromptu mindful morning routine. I'm going to be going live for the next couple of days, roughly around this time. Each day is going to look a little different. Each day is going to have a little different theme. We're going to do mostly some similar stuff, some yoga, some meditation, but maybe some other techniques thrown in there as well. I'm also going to talk to you about how I structure my mornings and my mindfulness routines so that they have both structure and fluidity within balance. So, if you have any questions about today, anything that we did, anything that we talked about, any comments, any feedback, that is always greatly appreciated, and I will look for those in the comment section below. You can also email me at sharon@meditationcorporation.com. Have a beautiful day, and I hope you have a clear mind.